perks of doing the show is being able to bring you super moms. And our next guest is an adoptive mother to 11 special needs children. And she's raising them all by herself. You can read more about her in the issue of Rosie that's on stands now. Please welcome to our show, Susan Tom. Susan, how are you?
Hi, Rosie.
Well, nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you.
How'd you get involved in this whole adoption thing?
Well, I had 2 boys. I actually have 13 kids.
13 kids.
13 kids.
11 adopted.
11 adopted, 2 homegrown.
Right.
And 2 boys.
Right.
And I said, you know, it would really be nice to have a girl. Didn't want to take a chance on a boy.
Right.
The old-fashioned way.
Gotcha.
And so I thought it would be fun to adopt. Actually, it wasn't fun to adopt, but it was work to adopt. But you know, that was the way to get a girl. Fill out a piece of paper, send it away. It's
right.
supposed to be so easy.
Right.
And wound up getting a little girl from Korea.
Korea.
And named her Emily.
And she was healthy girl.
Healthy girl, 8 months old, and it took 2 years.
2 years to do.
To do.
Now,
long time.
How did you get involved with your first special needs child?
Well, actually, Emily turned out to be a special needs child because when she was 2, she got a disease called Reiter's disease, which is a form of arthritis. And so she spent about 1.5 years in a wheelchair, and her joints were all swollen. And you know, I had never thought that I would be able to do something like that, to take care of a child. But you know, if you birth a child and they're sick, you take care of it.
Exactly.
If you adopt a child and they're sick, you take care of it.
Exactly.
And I just thought, you know, I could do it. So.
Right. Well, there's difference between having 2 boys and a little girl who's sick, and then having 9 more.
Well,
tell me how
that much, just some years.
How did that come about?
A social worker remembered me and had a little girl with some special needs, and she called on a Monday and said, we have this little girl who's just had brain surgery, and she's 5 months old and failure to thrive, and you know, a great history.
Right.
And would you be interested? And I thought, oh boy, that's an awful lot.
Yeah.
Talked to everybody I knew on Tuesday and Wednesday, and they all said, you know, this is an awful lot. Don't do this. You don't know what you're doing. And I went to see her on Thursday, and that was the end of that. Brought her home on Friday.
Yeah.
So, and this only happened because I'd given away all the baby clothes.
Right.
Yeah. The crib, everything, cleaned out the entire garage,
right.
And
did your friends think and family that you were crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, I had gone over the edge.
Yeah. Like when I decided to become a foster parent, I had to call Mia Farrow because I knew she'd be the only one who said, great idea. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got 3 little kids, bring in one who's a little bit troubled, you know.
Why not?
Why not?
You know, if things are looking too calm, it's time to shake it up.
Right. Now, do you get a lot of interesting looks from people when you go out with all your kids? Because you do.
We've actually made money getting out of the car.
Yeah, tell them about that.
Well, you have 5 wheelchairs. It's like a clown show, you know. So you open the doors and the ramp comes down and people start wheeling, you know, the kids start wheeling out and people stop.
Yeah.
And they want to watch and just, they start counting, you know. Or you say you have 13 kids and you show a picture and they count them. You know, it's like, what, I slid another one in there? I don't know. You know, it's like...
Yeah, like you're making it up.
Right.
Well, here's a picture of them all. Look at them. Your big, beautiful family. And you have special stories. Tell me about Margaret.
Yeah, well, Margaret is the 2nd child I adopted, and she didn't do anything for about 3 years. Unless she wanted to smile, she didn't smile. She didn't talk, didn't walk, just very slow developmentally. Had her fully assessed, and they said, well, you know, this doesn't look good, but, you know, what you see is what you're going to get.
Right.
I thought, well, maybe speech therapy would be good. So we went to speech therapy, and we went about 4 times. And I always called her funny names as I'm putting her into the car seat, as I'm sure you do with your kids. You know, I called her Moisey and Maggie and Meg and all these names. And about the 4th time we were going to speech therapy, I put her in the car and I said, well, Moisey, you know, we're going home. And she said, my name is Margaret. And I realized that up until then, she had nothing to complain about.
Exactly.
You know,
life was pretty good.
That's it. You know, she was the 4th kid, and it was like, you want a cookie, want a cookie, want a cookie, here's a cookie.
Yeah,
and, you know, maybe I just never asked her any questions.
Yeah,
you know, I don't know. It was an eye-opener. And so Margaret is graduating from high school this June. That's Margaret.
That's Margaret, right.
And
this is, is she going to go to college?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
setting on.
that's my dream, and so we're working on that.
Excellent.
And
Tell me about Anthony.
Anthony he's graduating this June and has worked really hard, and things got real tough this spring. He had his leg amputated. He has recessive dystrophic epidermolysis bullosa. And 2 years ago, my daughter Susie passed away from that. It's a genetic disease that affects the collagen in your skin, and it's what keeps your skin stuck to you. So in other words, if you think of your skin and muscle as Velcro, you don't have enough hooks to hold onto your loops. So your skin blisters spontaneously or with any kind of touch, you know, always gentle hugs.
It's almost like burns. It looks,
it looks exactly like a burn, but it's a burn every day of your life.
Right.
And it's all over, and it's chronic wounds. And when you have chronic wounds, just like when they say if you get a sunburn when you're little, you know, you may develop skin cancer later in life. Well, that's exactly what happens with these EB kids. And he's had chronic wounds, and he'll be 19, actually June 16th. Happy birthday.
Which is 3 days from now.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly.
We're very busy. And so
we have the website for what he has, which is EB, and it's right now up on your screens right there. And you can go to find out all about this disease, how you can get involved, and maybe help some kids who have it.
Yeah.
And you know, I think you're an amazing woman, Susan Tom. When I heard about you through our mutual friend, and I was shocked, amazed, and very genuinely touched. I wanted to tell you that we got you a gift. It's a Schaefer pen.
Oh, good.
The
kids steal mine.
I don't know if you needed a pen.
I always need a pen. The kids steal my pens all the time.
There's the pen, and they're also going to give you, see this? This is a pen that they made, Schaefer, that is diamond encrusted, that's valued at about $100,000. We are going to put it up on eBay, and all of the money that we receive will go to you with a guarantee of at least $60,000, but possibly closer to $100,000 for you and your family to do with in any way you see fit. And Schaefer pens, I want to thank you very, very much for that. We'll be right back with Ben Kingsley. Thank you.
Rosie.
Lovely to meet you.
It's just beautiful up here.
Oh, it's so peaceful and